सब्सक्राइब करें हमारे चैनल सर बैठे को और देखें नीट एंट्रेंस एग्जामिनेशन के लिए बायोलॉजी के ऑनलाइन क्वेश्चंस का सेट नंबर 22 फ्रेंड्स। तो इस वीडियो में भी मैंने बहुत सारे प्रश्नों के डिस्क्रिप्टिव टाइप आंसर को प्रस्तुत किया हूँ। तो चलिए फ्रेंड्स स्टार्ट करते हैं आज के वीडियो को। क्वेश्चन नंबर फर्स्ट है, व्हाट इज द सेल बायोलॉजी? स्टडी ऑफ सेल स्ट्रक्चर एंड cell function is known as cell biology, and as we know, cell biology is also known as cytology, and cytology is also the study of cell structure and function. Next question, what is a cell? The cell is the smallest and basic unit of life, and in other words, we can also say the cell is the basic, smallest structural, functional, as well as hereditable unit of our life. Next question, the term cell was given by Robert Hooke. Next question, the cell is not applied for virus because virus has no cellular body. Next question, which is used by the cells to interact with each other cell? This is the cell junctions, which is used by the cells to interact with other cells. Next question, in which type of cells the cell junction is abundant? It is the epithelial cells in which cell junction is found abundantly. Next question, the protruding invaginated sheaths inside the mitochondria is known as the cristae, and in other words we can say cristae are the finger like projections which projects from the inner membrane of the mitochondria in the matrix. Next question, mitochondria is the organ for cellular respiration, or mitochondria is the site of cellular respiration and the part of the cellular respiration which is known as Krebs cycle, and it takes place in presence of the oxygen and the glucose is oxidized. Next question, the process of cellular respiration involves the following steps. The steps are: first, glycolysis; second, Krebs cycle; and third, electron transport system or electron oxidation. Next question, energy is produced in the form of adenosine triphosphate, abbreviated as ATP molecules, and ATP is also known as energy currency, and it is the form of the energy which is utilized by the body by converting ATP into ADP. ADP means adenosine diphosphate. Next question, total number of ATPs formed by the oxidation of the glucose molecule is 36 ATPs. Next question, which of the following is known as the powerhouse of the cell? Mitochondria is known as a powerhouse of cell because it generates ATP, adenosine triphosphate energy molecule, or energy currency inside the cell by the process of Krebs cycle or cellular respiration. Next question, the first stable compound of the Krebs cycle is citrate. Next question, which of the following is known as the suicide bag of the cell? Lysosome is known as the suicide bag of the cell. Lysosome has hydrolytic enzyme which has power to dissolve the cell organelles inside the cell. Hence, it is known as the lysosome is known as the bags of the suicide or digestive bags. Next question, lysosomes are produced by which of the following organelle? It is produced by the Golgi complex, and Golgi complex discovered by Camillo Golgi, as we know. Next question, what cell organelle is responsible for transporting, modifying, and packaging proteins and lipids? It is the Golgi complex, which is responsible for transporting, modifying, and packaging proteins and lipids. You should have to know. Next question. Which of the following cell doesn't contain a cell wall? It is the animal cell which doesn't contain a cell wall. An animal cell contain a cell membrane, also called plasma membrane, which is semi-permeable membrane. Next question. DNA is stored in which of the following cell organelle? It is nucleus, which is also known as the brain of the cell, or it is the site of the all metabolic activities inside the cell. It is the largest organelle of the cell also, and DNA is stored in this cell organelle, which is known as the nucleus. Next question. In which of the following cell nucleus is not present in prokaryotic cell? Nucleus is not present, whereas in the eukaryotic cell, a well-developed nucleus is formed. And the example of prokaryotic cell is bacteria, blue-green alga, etc. Next question. Who proposed the cell theory? Theodor Schwann, Matthias Saladin, and Rudolf Virchow proposed the cell theory. Next question. RNA is present in which of the cell organelle? This is present in the ribosome, and ribosome is the site of protein synthesis, or ribosome is also known as protein factory. Next question. A cell organelle that is present in the animal cells but not present in the plant cell. It is the centrosome, which present only inside the animal cell, and it forms spindle fibers during the process of the cell division in the animal cells. Next question. Chlorophyll has two parts, that is the porphyrin rings and hydrophobic phytol chain. So far, the porphyrin ring and the chlorophyll is responsible. It is responsible for the absorption of the light. And we know that chlorophyll absorbs the sunlight during the process of the photosynthesis, and it is due to the presence of the porphyrin rings inside the chlorophyll. Next question. Which part of the chlorophyll is responsible to maintain the integration of the chlorophyll in the photosynthetic chain? It is the hydrophobic phytol chain, which is responsible to maintain the integration of the chlorophyll in the photosynthetic chain. Next question. Whose cell is found in the brain? It is the neuron or the nerve cell which found in the brain, and in other words we can say that neurons are the functional unit of the brain, and it constitutes the nervous system. And brain, as we know, it is the one of the vital part of the nervous system, and brain is also constituted by the neuron or the nerve cell. Next question. Protein synthesis takes place in which cell organelle? It is ribosome, in which protein synthesis takes place. Ribosome, also known as a factory of the protein. And as we know that ribosomes join the amino acid to form the polypeptide chain or protein. Next question. Which part of the neuron receives information from the other neurons? It is the dendrite, which receives information from the other neurons, and this information passes through the axis inside the other neurons. Next question. Which cells release insulin when glucose levels elevate in the body? It is the beta cells of the pancreas, or it is the beta cells of the islets of Langerhans, or the endocrine part of the pancreas which secrete the insulin, and insulin, as we know, responsible for creating low blood level inside our body. Next question. Respiration is an oxidative process. It is the oxidation of the food into CO2 and H2O. Next question. Living organism needs free energy to survive. This free energy is supplied to them in the form of ATP, ATP or adenosine triphosphate. Next question. ATP is formed by the oxidation of the organic compounds during the process of respiration. As we know, respiration is a oxidative process. Next question. How many ATP molecules are produced per glucose molecules in the eukaryotic glycolysis? This is the 2 ATP which is gained in the process of the glycolysis, whereas a amount of ATP is produced during the aerobic respiration or the Krebs cycle inside the mitochondria of the cell. Next question. The enzyme of the glycolysis are located in the cytosol or cytoplasm. Next question. Name the site of the pyruvate oxidation. It is the mitochondrial matrix. Next question. Oxidative phosphorylation and substrate level phosphorylation are two different processes of ATP synthesis. Next question. Which is the process of the synthesis of the glucose? This is the gluconeogenesis, which is the process of synthesis of glucose. Next question. Which monomers compose the strands of the nucleic acid? These are the nucleotides which compose the strands of the nucleic acid. And nucleoside comprises nitrogenous base, phosphate, and sugar, as we know. Next question. The membrane around the vacuole is known as tonoplast. Next question. Which is the blood vessels that carries oxygenated blood to the liver? It is the hepatic artery. Next question. Which organ converts glycogen into glucose and purifies the blood? It is the liver, which converts the glycogen into glucose, and liver is the largest internal organ inside our body. Liver is the largest gland inside the body. Liver produces bile. Bile is essential for the emulsification of the fat. Liver also detoxifies the food, and liver also converts the glycogen into glucose. Next question. Which part of the brain plays an important role in the motor control? It is the cerebellum, which is the part of the brain which plays an important role in motor control, whereas the cerebrum is the largest part of our brain. Next question. Which part of the body that never rests? It is the heart, which never rests, it always in the function, and it is the pumping organ which pumps the blood inside the body, and it also purifies the blood by the help of the lung. Purification site is the lung, whereas the impure blood is pumped through the heart to lungs, and it also receives the purified blood from the lungs and pumps them into the whole body. So it is known as pumping organ. As we know, our heart is four-chambered structure, two auricle above and two ventricle below. It is myogenic and made up of cardiac muscles. We should have to know as I have described. Next question. Which organ of the human brain are the regulatory center of the swallowing? And this is the medulla oblongata, the part of the brain which regulates the swallowing. Next question. The disease in which blood sugar level is increases is named as diabetes mellitus. It is a deficiency disease which is created in case of the low level of the insulin inside the body secreted by the beta cells of the pancreas, as I have discussed. And this was the last question of this video. Thanks for watching.